Florida, the land of sandy beaches, bustling nightlife, gator-filled Everglades, and the most magical place on earth, Disney World. We all know that Florida can be a beautiful, colorful place, but it can also be extremely strange. Take this fine specimen here.
No recollection of that happening at all.
At all. This store sells some good liquor. And I drank a lot of it that night.
The viral video shows Robbie Stratton running through a convenience store with an alligator in his hands. He takes the animal in the beer fridge as well.
In the early to mid 2010s, things would only get stranger, with an outbreak of an epidemic. And no, this is not your COVID-19. This is a zombie epidemic.
For a gruesome scene in Miami. This is a naked man. He was shot dead on Saturday by police because he was gnawing off another man's face.
Okay, so maybe they're not the normal type of zombies we would see in our video games and movies on a daily. However, it is extremely strange that people are running around naked like they were in a Blink-182 music video and attacking people as if they were on the set of The Walking Dead. Today we'll be looking at one of the most infamous zombie attacks to ever happen in Florida. This is Florida Face Eaters, Part 1. This is Austin Harrouff, who was a sophomore student at Florida State University, studying pre-exercise science. Austin was part of the Alpha Delta Phi fraternity at FSU. While off campus, Austin would live at home with his mother in Jupiter, Florida. Austin enjoyed things like weightlifting, wrestling, and playing football. He even took a go at being a YouTube rapper. I don't know what the fuck that was. I think the first sign that he was a psychopath was probably that he thought he sounded good. Anyway, the rosters at his high school had him at 6 feet tall and weighing in at 200 pounds. He was a very fit, athletic person. So Austin seemed like a fairly normal young man, but that would all change on the night of August 15th, 2016. While having dinner at Duffy's Cafe with his parents, he became irritated with the service. He would then profess to his parents that he has superpowers and that he was here to secure individuals. Austin would then abruptly leave and walk back to his mother's house, where he would chug vegetable oil like it's a chug jug in Fortnite. Austin would then make his way back to Duffy's for the second time, before becoming irritated again and leaving for the second time. He would attempt to walk back to his father's house, however he would not make it there, as he would make a horrifying detour. Austin would end up being outside of Michelle and John Stevens' garage. Michelle and John were a loving couple who had furnished their garage as an outdoor hangout space where they would enjoy time together. I'm sure these two never would have suspected that their loving hangout space would be the spot where they would both be brutally murdered. Austin noticed that the couple left the garage door open, maybe because it was hot and they wanted to let a cool breeze in. Unfortunately, what came in wasn't a cool breeze. It was Austin, and when Austin came in, he began his attack. He would brutally beat, stab, and assault the couple, using a switchblade he had on him, a broken vodka bottle, and some tools that he found in the garage. One of the couple's neighbors witnessed the attack and ran over to try to help. However, he would be stabbed in his back, and he would be forced to retreat. He would then call 911 immediately and ask for assistance. Here is the audio.
911, do you need fire, police, or medical?
Please, and medical.
Medical on the line. Wait, sir.
Don't open that. Don't open that.
Fire rescue, what's your address?
Young man beating up a woman across the street.
Okay, are they outside or in a house?
It's in a garage.
Okay, can you tell if he has any weapons?
I think he had a knife, but I'm not positive.
Okay, can you tell if she's injured or he's injured?
Say again?
Are either of them injured? Can you tell from where you are?
Yes, there's a girl laying on the ground. He beat her up. I ran over there. I'm bleeding profusely here at the moment.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
All right. Can you tell if she's conscious or is she unconscious?
Say again?
Can you tell if she's conscious?
No, it does not appear so, no.
Okay. And what kind of injuries do you have?
I've been stabbed in the back.
With a knife?
Yes, I believe so. It was tough to tell.
Okay, you couldn't tell how long it was or anything?
I need an ambulance.
Yeah, we're sending them. We're sending them. And where is he? Is he
I think
in the area
in the garage,
still?
right across the street from my house.
All right. What's your name? Okay. All right, we're going to get the paramedics right out there.
Sir, what did the guy look like? Was he white, black, Hispanic?
He is white.
You know how old he is?
About 25 years old.
And what was he wearing?
Shorts and a T-shirt.
Do you know who he is?
I have no idea.
Does he live at that house, or?
No, he does not.
Does the female look familiar to you?
I believe it was the daughter of the house that lives over there. I'm not positive.
Can you have your wife or I don't want you moving if you've been stabbed, but can you have your wife or someone look out and see if he's still there?
I don't know. See if that car's still there, honey. It appears he's still there.
And you said you definitely saw a knife and that's what he hit you with in the back?
No, I did not see it, but my wife's looking at my back and it appears I got punctured.
Yes, Dad. In the neck, in the head, three puncture wounds.
Okay, we got units en route, okay?
Okay.
All right, just call us back if anything changes, all right?
Don't put that on me. All right, I'm bleeding pretty bad. So
okay, we got an ambulance and everybody en route. Just stay right there and stay calm, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right.
When the police arrived on the scene, they said that Michelle was lying mangled and dead in the garage. While she lay there dead, Austin was still attacking her husband, who in reality was probably already deceased at that time. Austin completely lost control. He was laying on top of him, biting his face and his abdomen, like a wild animal. An officer discharged his taser on many occasions, however this would not stop Austin. He continued to attack. It would take 4 officers and a K9 to pry off of John. Austin was making creature noises and snarling and snorting at officers as they continued to try to pry him off. These are the recordings from the police radio of the incident.
63308, advise on fire rescue when you can. Call.
630, I got this guy wrapped around. Keep it. Wake up.
SO305, your radio is 1099.
63305, can fire rescue go in?
No, sir, I've got this guy wrapped around him and he's fighting him.
Careful.
Oh, no! Give me your back. Go. SO send in fire rescue.
10-4, send in fire rescue, 2137.
23 to any unit I'm seeing are all our people, okay?
That's over here. Need crime scene.
SO, go ahead and call, on-call, detective, and crime scene, please.
10-4, 2137.
626. Lieutenant, we're 10-4. Top 274.
SO305, 10-9, your radio is 1099.
I told you got that?
1054, your radios are 1099.
Possible to be here now.
You are still digit or 1099.
Bring away yourself. Possible true signal 7. We need them in here now.
10-4.
also need another ambulance or across the street. I'll get you the address in a second. 10-4. The address where it is next to. The other two are at
630 freeway. I know you have your hands full. Do you have any suspects that are not 1012?
We have everybody 1012. One suspect.
10-1. 306, we have 3 victims, and we have 1 suspect at scene right now. Two possibly shot in.
We have one confirmed 7 so far. 2826.
Access 1026, 1 confirmed, signal 7.
Austin would be arrested and strapped down to a stretcher. He told authorities that Jesus granted him special powers. He said that he recalls having a machete in his hand and stabbing a woman. It was like she was covered in darkness. Austin would then go into a coma after a psychiatric breakdown, as well as him consuming chemicals that he found in the garage during the time of the attack. Investigators would also say that Austin said some fucked up shit before he went into a coma. He would say to an investigator, "Help me, I ate something bad." The investigator would say, "What did you eat?" And then Austin replied, "Humans," with a smirk. Austin also proudly claimed that they would not find any drugs in his system. On October 2nd, 2016, Austin was released from the hospital and was transferred to the Martin County Jail. Harrouff was charged with 2 counts of murder and 1 attempted murder charge. While waiting for sentencing, Austin would sit down with Dr. Phil. The video of Dr. Phil's interview that I found online starts with Austin saying something about saving a dog and hijacking a car. Dr. Phil asked Austin if he had seen a picture of the couple that he had murdered. Austin would reply saying,
"I felt terrible, and I really don't have words to explain how I feel. It's like a nightmare."
Dr. Phil then asked Austin if it was hard for him to believe that he could commit such a crime. Austin would reply with,
"Yeah, it's the hardest thing I've ever gone through, or I never imagined that this would ever happen. And I'm deeply sorry to the family that was affected. And I hope that something like this never happens again. I didn't ever want to consciously do something like this, or I never planned it. I didn't want to do it."
Dr. Phil asked Austin what he would like to say to the family of the victims. Austin almost immediately started begging for forgiveness and hysterically crying.
"I'm sorry for their loss, and I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me. And I'm so sorry, and I never wanted this to happen. I'm so sorry."
Dr. Phil would continue the interview, asking Austin if he intended to hurt someone, if he wanted to hurt people. He would also talk about the incident that happened with the neighbor, and Austin didn't seem very receptive and kind of shrugged off the questions. His father even questioned Dr. Phil a little bit about why he was bringing up certain topics and advised that he only had a certain amount of time left to speak with his son. After Austin was unwilling to talk about what he consumed in the garage and why he went into a coma, Dr. Phil seen that he wasn't interested into answering many more questions. Dr. Phil ended the interview by saying,
"Your dad and I are going to work very hard to get to the bottom of this, and I've pledged that to him, and he's pledged it to you. And all right, so you keep hanging in there, and we're going to keep looking for answers here."
Okay.
and I thank you for asking me to call you. I'm glad I did, and just know that your dad and I are standing shoulder to shoulder here working on this.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Thank you, Wade. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, bye.
On November 28, 2022, it would finally be time for Austin's sentencing hearing. Austin would plead not guilty due to insanity. However, before the judge could give his ruling, they would hear impact statements from members of the victims' families. Here is the statement that I believe best shows the family's stance on the incident.
And I just hope that everyone here knows what a disgusting person he is. And I feel bad for the parents. I wanted to until I heard everything today. He should have been able to come to you, but all you did was make the situation worse. You enabled him, you put the tools in his hand, and you failed miserably. Austin, I will make sure that everyone around our age knows what a disgusting, scary, pathetic person you are. I hope you never find happiness for the rest of your life. And if you ever have the courage to do something, your bravest act could be to kill yourself. And everyone would be better off because of it. Thank you.
The reason why the speaker was placing blame on the parents was because the parents admitted that Austin was acting strangely in the days prior to the attacks. However, they did not treat it properly, and they tried to use at-home pharmaceuticals, his father's own Valium, to try to calm Austin down.
I get wind that he can't sleep, pacing the floor the latter days. And so I try to give him some Valiums or sedatives.
Whose Valiums are those?
Mine.
Yours, okay.
And he gets, I give him to him and he throws them on the floor. And he goes, I will not be controlled by you. So I went and grabbed the keys out of his hand.
When was this?
I think Monday.
Okay.
And he's pissed off. And he jumps on the hood of my car and dents it. And so I finally decided to give him his keys back so he doesn't damage my car any further.
Yeah.
And I wrote him a text on my phone. I said, you damaged my car. He got a one-word answer, learn.
The court ended up deeming Austin as not guilty due to insanity. The reason why Austin was found not guilty is because multiple mental health professionals examined him, and they deemed that he was having a bipolar episode and also an acute manic episode with psychotic features on the night of August 15th, 2016. If you think Austin is going to be let off easy by being found not guilty due to insanity, I just want you to realize that sometimes when you plead not guilty to insanity, you could be kept into the treatment center longer than you would have had spent in prison. The only thing Austin really saved himself from was being executed. And in all honesty, looking between an electric chair and spending my entire life in a mental institution, I might just take the quick way out. This has been the story of Austin Harrouff, frat boy turned zombie. Hey, if you're still here, I just want to say thank you for watching the video, and if you enjoyed what you see, please think about subscribing and following me on social media. I would also like to say thanks to all who watched the first video. I had a great time making both these videos, and I can't wait to show you what else I have in store for this channel. But with that, I think I'll end it here. Stay safe. Peace out.